Fatiha. السلام عليكم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين. مدد يا رسول الله، مدد يا سادات أصحاب الرسول، مدد يا مشايخنا. دستور ما شاء الله فاز أحسن محمد على المدد. طريقتنا الصحبة والخير في الجميع. إنما المؤمنون إخوة فأصلحوا بين أخويكم. صدق الله العظيم. Allah Azze ve Celle Müslümanlar arasında iyilik olsun diye emrediyor.
Allah Almighty commands that among Muslim brothers and sisters there should be goodness.
Bir Müslüman kardeşiyle aralarında husumet falan varsa onlara barıştırın diyor.
And in case if there is enmity among fellow Muslim brothers and sisters, then one should strive and encourage to settle that enmity and make peace among them.
Allah Azze ve Celle onların halleri iyi olsun.
And Allah Almighty wants us as fellow Muslim brothers and sisters to make sure and encourage our fellow believers to be in good relations with each other.
Öteki türlü İslam sevgiyi emreder.
Islam orders love.
Müslümanlar birbirlerini sevsin diye.
Islam orders Muslim brothers and sisters to love each other.
Emir öyledir.
This is the command of Islam.
Hep hadislerde, Kur'an-ı Azimüşşan'da da.
And this is what is stated in the sayings of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and this is what is mentioned in the verses of the Holy Quran.
Bunu emreder, düşmanlık olmasın diyor.
There must not be enmity.
Müslümanlar arasında düşmanlık olursa fitne olur.
If there's enmity among Muslims, then this will lead to conflict, to discord and fitna.
İyi olmaz.
And this will then not be good.
Çünkü İslam dini sevgiyi, muhabbeti emreder.
The religion of Islam orders us to love each other and to be in good relations with each other.
Düşmanlığı emretmez, düşmanlıktan yasaklar, düşmanlığı.
Islam does not order us to be enemies of each other. Islam forbids enmity among Muslim brothers and sisters.
Birbirlerine düşman olması için Peygamber Efendimiz'in zamanından şimdiye kadar bu yol Allah'a şükür tarikat yolu onun yoludur.
And this way of loving one's fellow Muslim brothers and sisters, and this way which prohibits enmity among Muslims, has been from the time of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, preserved through the tariqah up until today.
Allah Azze ve Celle'nin sevdiğini seveceksin.
We must love whom Allah Almighty loves.
Sevmediğini de gene ona ıslah etsin de Allah'a dua edeceğiz inşallah.
And when it comes to those whom Allah Almighty does not love, we should pray for them, and we should pray so that they may be rightly guided.
Allah. Çünkü Allah sevmediğini biz sevemeyiz tabii.
Because we cannot love whom Allah Almighty does not love.
Ama Allah yolunda olanları, onlara düşmanlık yapmayacağız.
But we must love those who follow the way of Allah Almighty, and we cannot be enemies with those who follow the way of Allah Almighty.
Onların ıslah olsun diye dua ederiz.
And those who do not follow the way of Allah Almighty, for them we must pray so that Allah Almighty may guide them and make their situation become better.
Şimdi ta Peygamber Efendimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem'in zamanından milleti, insanları kandıran şeytan
Shaitan has been fooling and cheating people since Adam.
İnnemâ yuridu şeytan yuqâ adav vel bagdâ. Allah Azze ve Celle buyuruyor ayet-i kerimde, şeytan düşmanlığı, nefret, birbirinizi sevmemeyi ister.
Shaitan has been cheating humankind since Adam, peace be upon him, and Allah Almighty states in the Holy Quran that it is Shaitan who wants to spread enmity among you and who wants to make you hate and fight each other.
Onu bütün uğraştığı o.
This is what Shaitan is constantly occupied with, to make humans fight, hate, and not love each other.
Ta kıyamete kadar o vazifesi odur.
And Shaitan will continue to fulfill this duty up until the last day.
O vazifesi üzerine devam ediyor.
And he continues as it is his duty.
Vazifesini yapıyor, sen de vazifeni yapman lazım.
So while Shaitan fulfills his duty, we as humans must also fulfill our duty.
Vazifen nedir?
And what is our duty?
Ona muhalefet ettim.
Our duty is to oppose Shaitan.
Onu emrettiklerini tersini yapmak.
And to do the opposites of what Shaitan orders us to do.
Onun tersini yaparsan Allah Azze ve Celle'nin dediğini yapmış olursun.
If you do the opposite of what Shaitan wants you to do, then you will be doing what Allah Almighty wants you to do.
O da sana büyük faziletler kazandırmış olur.
And if you do what Allah Almighty wants you to do, then you will be obtaining and receiving great rewards and blessings.
Şeytanın mekri, keydi boşa çıkmış olur.
And when you do what Allah Almighty wants you to do, then everything Shaitan planned and did will be in vain and for nothing.
Bütün yaptığı, uğraştığı heba olmuş olur.
Everything Shaitan has worked so hard for, when you do what Allah Almighty wants you to, will then be in vain and will have been thwarted and will be for nothing.
Yok onun dediğini yaparsan o şeytan çok memnun olur.
But if you do what Shaitan wants you to do, then Shaitan will be very happy with you.
Bak birisini gene cehenneme gönderdim diye çok sevinecek.
Look, he will be very happy and say, look, I succeeded in leading yet another person astray, making end up in hellfire.
Onun için onun o istediklerini yapmamamız lazım.
Therefore, we must not do what Shaitan wants us to do.
Düşmanlık aramızda, fitne, fesat.
There must be no enmity among us. There must be no corruption, no hatred, and no fitna among us.
Olmasın diye uğraşacağız.
And we must constantly work towards that state and preserve the state of not having any fitna, hatred, or enmity or corruption among us.
Osmanlı zamanında onu yapmış.
This is what was paid attention to during the times of the Ottomans very much.
Herkesten iyi geçinmiş.
The Ottomans did get along with everyone,
Müslümanı,
whether they were Muslims
olmayanı,
or whether they were non-Muslims,
Hristiyanı, Yahudisi,
whether they were Christians or Jews,
Acemi, Mecusisi, hepsinden
or whether they were Persian or whether they were worshippers of fire.
iyi geçinmiş.
They respected everyone and got along with everyone well.
Allah yardım etmiş.
And then they were supported by Allah Almighty for this.
Adaletle yapmış.
And they ruled with justice.
Allah'ın yolunda olduktan sonra Allah yardım eder.
If you follow the way of Allah Almighty, then be assured that Allah Almighty will support and help you.
Allah hepimize yardım etsin inşallah.
May Allah Almighty support us all,
Allah fitneye düşmeyelim inşallah.
so that we may not fall into the trap of fitna.
Allah O fitne şeytanı sevdirir.
Fitna is what makes shaitan happy.
Allah Azze ve Celle sevdiren şeyi yapalım inşallah.
We desire, however, to do what makes Allah Almighty happy.
Allah muvaffak eylesin.
May Allah Almighty make us be successful in making Him Almighty happy.
Allah tevfik. El Fatiha.